Hello everyone, DeckTrolls here. Today I have for you my Infinitrack deck profile. So I was going to post it a while ago, but I wasn't really confident in its build back then. But now I'm kind of more comfortable with how it's turned out. It's not the best, but honestly I'm not sure that this deck is generally super consistent. You gotta just open up with a good hand if you can. Alright, let's go into it. Got 3 Infinitrack Harvester. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 Infinitrack monster from your deck to your hand, except Infinitrack Harvester. You can target 1 other machine type monster you control. The level of both that monster and this card become the combined original levels of those 2 monsters until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect of Infinitrack Harvester once per turn. You got 2 Infinitrack Anchor Drill. If this monster is normal or special summon, you can special summon 1 Earth Machine type monster from your hand in defense position, except Infinitrack Anchor Drill. You can target 1 other machine type monster you control. The levels of both that monster and this monster become the combined original levels of those 2 monsters until the end of this turn. You can you can only use each effect of Infinitrack Anchor Drill once per turn. Got 3 Infinitrack Trencher. You contribute 1 Earth Machine monster, special summon this card from your hand in defense position. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 level 5 or lower Infinitrack monster in your graveyard, except Infinitrack Trencher. Special summon that monster in defense position. You can only use each effect of Infinitrack Trencher once per turn. Three Infinitrack Tunneler. You contribute 1 Earth Machine type monster, special summon this card from your hand in defense position. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 5 Earth Machine monsters in your graveyard. Shuffle them into the deck and draw 2 cards. You can only use this effect of each effect of Infinitrack Tunneler once per turn. Got 2 Infinitrack Crab Crane. You can tribute 1 Earth Machine monster, special summon this card from your hand in defense position. You can banish 1 machine monster from your graveyard, add 1 Outrigger extension from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Infinitrack Crab Crane once per turn. And you got 2 Infinitrack Drag Shovel. You can tribute 1 Earth Machine monster from special summon this card from your hand in defense position. You can banish 1 machine monster from your graveyard, add 1 spin turn from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Infinitrack Drag Shovel once per turn. Sorry about that. Alright. You got... So that's it for the Infinitracks. Now you got 3 Cosmic Compass. When this card is normal or special summoned, when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon a number of Compass tokens, Machine, Earth, level 1, attack 0, defense 0, up to the number of monsters your opponent controls. And you got 3 Righty Driver. For a Synchro summon, you can substitute this card for any Synchron tuner. If this card is normal summoned, you can special summon a 1 Lefty Driver from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can only use this effect of Ready Driver once per turn. And lastly for the monsters, 3 Lefty Driver. If this card is special summoned, you can make this card become level 3 until the end of this turn. During your main phase, except during the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Ready Driver from your deck to the hand. You can only use this effect of Lefty Driver once per turn. Alright, now for the spells, we got 3 Outrigger Extension. Your opponent cannot target Machine Xyz monster you control with card effects. Once per turn, you can target 1 Infinitrack Xyz monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck 1 machine monster that is 2 ranks higher than that target. By using that target as material, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except Earth Machine monsters, even if this card leaves the field. This card is treated as an Xyz summon transfer. This is treated as an Xyz summon, transfer its materials to the summon monster. You got 3 Machine Duplication. Select 1 face-up machine monster you control with 500 or less attack. You can special summon up to 2 cards with the same name from your deck. 1 for 1. Send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard. Special summon 1 level 1 monster from your hand or deck. 1 Foolish Burial. Send 1 monster from your deck to your graveyard. 1 Monster Reborn. Target 1 monster in either player's graveyard and special summon it. And 2 Twin Twisters. Discard 1 card, then target up to 2 spell and trap cards on the field and destroy them. Now for the traps, we got 2 Spin Turn. Activate one of the following effects. Target 1 Earth Machine Xyz monster you control in attack position, and 1 monster your opponent controls. Change the battle position of your monster, and if you do, destroy the opponent's monster. Or target 1 Earth Machine Xyz monster you control in defense position, and 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls. Change the battle position of your monster, and if you do, destroy that opponent's spell or trap. And lastly for the main deck, you got 3 Magic Cylinder, because I love it. Alright. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its attack. So for the extra deck, we got 3 Infinitrack River Stormer. Requires 2 level 5 monsters. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can attach that monster to this card as a material. You can only use each of the following effects of Infinitrack River Stormer once per turn. You can detach 1 material from this card and take 1 Earth Machine monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. If this card is in your graveyard, you contribute 1 Machine Link monster, special summon this card in defense position. Then you got 3 Infinitrack Mountain Smasher. Requires 2 level 7 monsters. When this card is destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can attach that monster to this card as material. You can only use each of the following effects of Infinitrack Mountain Smasher once per turn. You can detach 1 material from this card and it gains 1000 attack. If this card is in your graveyard, you contribute 1 Machine Link monster, special summon this card from your in defense position. You got 2 Infinitrack Earth Slicer. Requires 2 level 9 monsters. When this card is destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can attach that monster to this card as a material. You can only use each of the following effects of Infinitrack Mountain Earth Slicer once per turn. You can detach any number of materials from this card and then target that many cards on the field, destroy them. Or, if this card is in your graveyard, you contribute one Machine Link monster, special summon this card in defense position. And we got 3 Infinitrack Goliath. Requires 1 non-link Infinitrack monster. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 Xyz monster you control, attach this card to that target as a material. You can only use the effect of Infinitrack Goliath once per turn. An Xyz monster whose original type is machine and has this card as material gains this effect. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Got 1 Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops. Requires 3 Xyz monsters. Unaffected by monster effects except those of Xyz monsters, and cannot be destroyed by battle except with an Xyz monster. You can target 1 Xyz monster in your graveyard and 1 card your opponent controls. Special summon that monster from your graveyard, and if you do, attach the opponent's target attach the opponent's card to it as a material. Also, for the rest of the turn, any damage your opponent takes is halved. You can only use the effect of Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops once per turn. We got 1 Digvorsak. I can never get that one right. King of the Heavy Industry. Requires 3 level 5 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card. Send the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. Then, if any were monsters sent to the graveyard by this card effect, destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of monsters sent. 1 Number 5 Doom Chimera Dragon. Requires 2 or more level 5 monsters. This card gains 1000 attack for each material attached to it. This card with materials can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, you can activate one of the following effects. Target 1 monster in your graveyard, attach it to this card as a material. Target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, place it on the top of their deck. And lastly, 1 Stardust Dragon. Requires 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. When a card or effect is activated that would destroy a card or cards on the field, quick effect, you contribute this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. During the end phase, if this effect was activated this turn and was not negated, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. Alright guys, that is my Infinitrack deck profile. So, tell me what you think. What did you like? What did you dislike? What would you do to improve it? Remember, I have 100+ budget-friendly decks. There's going to be a lot of fun content coming your way, so please make sure to like and subscribe. Most importantly, have fun!